Ayman Khan here for Boxing Social in association with Betfred with the one and only David Diamanté. David, can I get your reaction to Usyk Joshua 2 and still?
Ayman, how are you? What a fight we just got treated to. Thank you to Alexander Usyk. Thank you to Anthony Joshua for giving us that great fight, and thank you to Saudi Arabia for hosting it. And thank you to the fans for tuning in to support boxing. Yeah, it was a great fight, so I enjoyed it.
David, can you break down the differences between the Joshua you saw in the first fight in Tottenham and the Joshua you saw here tonight?
They're different fights. I think Joshua came in this fight, he looked a lot more focused. I thought he did really pretty well in the first part of the fight. I would have liked to seen him let his hands go a little bit more, use the jab more. He's such a big guy. He's so long. He's so strong. That jab can be used in so many ways. You know, you look at a guy like Holmes. You look at a Lennox Lewis. You look at a Klitschko. You look at all these guys. That jab is so deadly when you're that big. It's just such a weapon. And then you just follow with that right hand. I mean, you saw how powerful his right hand is. It was right there. You know, a left hook to the body to pull him into the right hand. There's all these different things. Look, he did really well. It was a tough fight. Usyk's a master boxer. What do you want? I give AJ all the credit in the world for stepping up and taking this fight. I think AJ has a hell of a future ahead of him still. Look, styles make fights. Usyk's a tough style for AJ. Either way, this was not, I think Usyk won this fight, but it was still pretty close.
David, round 9, it seemed like the crowd were going to their feet, and it was almost like it was a crescendo into a finish. If you were writing a movie script, that might have been the case there, but did you feel that was close there for your eye at round 9?
Well, obviously Joshua had a big round, and one of the things that I said in the keys is, look, I said this before, when you buy property, the 3 main rules are location, location, location. And in boxing, location is very important also. At distance, with the jab, that's where Josh wants to be, or in close, with his strength and his weight and his power punches, and that's when he started hurting Usyk, is when he got in close. That middle range is where he has a lot of problems, because Usyk has that lateral movement, he's got the angles, got the speed, the counter punching, and all that kind of business gives Joshua fits. So when he was in close, he hurt Usyk, and especially in that 9th round, and looked for a minute like he might even finish him. Bell rang, 10th round came out, and like a real champion, like a Holyfield used to do that. He would get hurt in a round, thought he lost a round, he'd come out like a monster, and that's what Usyk did. And Usyk came out and had a big 10th round. So again, hats off to both fighters, hats off to Usyk, hats off to Joshua. I love both of these guys. You can't root against either one of them. And I thought they gave us a great show.
I'd appreciate it. In a previous interview, you said you didn't quite hear Joshua's speech afterwards, so I won't ask you about that. However, in Usyk's speech, he said that he wanted one fight and one fight only. That's Tyson Fury, otherwise he'd retire. I won't push you on a prediction because I know that's not quite your thing, but how close is it a fight between those 2 fighters?
I think Tyson Fury is going to be a lot harder fight for Usyk. I just do. I think, look, we'll have to see if that fight even gets made, and also we have to see what Tyson Fury is like, because he goes through different phases, right? But if it looks anything like the Fury that was fighting Wilder, I think it's gonna be really hard for Usyk to beat him. I'm not saying he can't, but it's very difficult. Again, styles make fights. Like, I think Joshua has plenty of great fights ahead of him with different guys, maybe even a Deontay Wilder. That'd be a great fight. I think a lot of us would like to see that. Plenty of other people too that I think he gives. I think Joshua's still one of the top heavyweights in the world. But I think the Fury and Usyk, that's an interesting style matchup, because Fury is so tall. Fury uses his jab great. He also boxes really well. That's going to be a tough fight for Usyk. It's a great fight. I think the fans deserve that fight. So both guys, I hope it gets made, and for the fans, I hope it gets made.
David, we'll leave that there. Thank you so much for speaking to Boxing Social.